In this video, I hope to talk about a few things, especially about mind and the thought and the inner pleasure and pain, ignorance, and two extremes and the middle. What is mind? Here Buddha says, Maneva sati mano sanchetana hetu. When there is mind, the thought about the mind being the cause, there arise inner joy and pain because of the darkness itself. And when we talk about the mind, can there be a mind without any thought about the mind? Think of this. Without a thought about the mind, there can't be a mind. There to be an applied mind to yourself, there must be a thought about the mind. That means normally people tend to visualize things, mental images. People normally want to crystallize things. They want some solid things in this world. They don't want to see the impermanence or the changing of the mind or anything in the world. So normally we tend to make solid feelings, solid concepts, solid thoughts inside our mind. Like that, we create some solid foundation as the mind. Actually, mind is something invisible. It is a formless condition. It is like a magician. So you can't have any image of the mind as a real mind because it is a magician. Anyway, we crystallize a mind. When we crystallize the mind to be there, then we create that mind foundation using a thought. When you have created that mind foundation, that fake mind foundation, then your thought has a foundation to stand up and develop wrong views about the mind to be good. And people think that mind is good, my mind is good, my mind is permanent, it is stronger than others, and I have a beautiful mind, I have a good mind, like that. Then when you create such thoughts about the mind, that visualized mind, then you get inner pleasure. Then you should understand in this video that the pleasure is conditioned. It is created by yourself, because how you think, how you use your thoughts about the mind, then so you get inner pain, inner pleasure first, and accordingly you get pain also. Suppose you can create some ideas about the mind, you can visualize, you can crystallize the mind and make a foundation, mental foundation, and standing up on that foundation, that mental foundation, you can think that my mind is bad, my mind is weak, my mind is not strong, and my mind is not beautiful, my mind is ugly, and like that. When you think like that, you get pain. You might think that my mind is easily shocked, and then you get pain, mental pain. How that mental pain or that sorrow arose inside your mind? Because you created using your thought, because you made a solid foundation of a fake mind. You visualized, you crystallized a mind. You made a solid concept of the mind. Then that solid concept, conceptual solid concept of a mind is enough for the thought to stand up and develop wrong views. Then you get inner pain, because the pain is created by yourself. This is what in Bhumija Sutta Buddha wants to explain, because that pain is also not coming something from outside. It is created by yourself because of your darkness, avijja, ignorance. The 100% influence comes from that darkness, where it is behind the thought. You are not aware of that darkness. Inside the mental darkness, everything is happening. But we think that we want to keep our pleasure and not the pain forever. But it is dependent, it is conditioned. That is why Buddha says, because of this darkness, this inner pain or pain, inner pleasure or pain arise. So who is responsible for this pain and pleasure? It is you, because You create wrong views, you create wrong ideas about the mind, you make a solid mental state. So standing upon that solid mental state of a mind, that thought creates inner joy and pain. So it is for your joy and for your pain, no one is responsible other than you. So you should see into the mind as impermanent. It is changing always. In a trice it changes, and it is not Atman, and it is not yourself. It is not permanent. When you think like that, you are seeing the right way. When you see into the mind the right way, actually the pleasure and the pain is not born. The pleasure and pain are not born, because your thought becomes a correct view. When you see into the mind the correct way, the darkness is done away with. The darkness is done away with. It is abandoned. With that, you get a perfect mind. That means you are not perturbed, you are not shaken by pleasure and pain. And this is what Buddha explains.